Hey, welcome to my Teach to Transform series. And again, if you've ever found yourself lying in bed at night with your mind racing, thought after thought after thought, looping and looping, over what you said earlier, or worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow, or maybe you're just sitting at your desk trying to focus but your brain just won't switch off. It keeps throwing up the worst case scenarios, to-do lists, and self-doubt added into the mix. If that sounds familiar, then today's video is for you. I'm going to teach you a simple but powerful tool called the STOP technique, and I work this with all my clients. It's a 4-step process that you can use anytime, anywhere, to break the cycle of those racing thoughts and bring yourself back into calm and control in just a few moments. And this is part of my Teach to Transform series. Practical tools that you can start using right away to move from that survival mode into peak living. So let's get started. Now, when your mind is racing, it's not because you're weak or broken. As we've talked about this week, it's to do with your nervous system has flipped into survival mode. We discussed this in one of the other videos in more depth. Your brain thinks there's a threat, and even if the only threat is tomorrow's meeting or a memory from 5 years ago, when that happens, your amygdala, the survival centre of your brain, hijacks your attention. It pushes your body into that fight, flight, freeze, or even fawn responses. That's why your chest feels tight, your thoughts speed up, and you can't think clearly, and everything is going at 100 miles an hour. What you need in those moments is a way to interrupt the loop or interrupt the pattern. And that's what the STOP technique does. And it gives you that pattern interrupt. It creates space between you and those racing thoughts, and it resets your nervous system so you can regain that calm and focus so you can get on with your day. The word STOP is an acronym. Okay, so each letter is a step. So S, as you guessed it, stop. Literally pause. What you're doing, put a full stop in the middle of your mental storm. And what I like to do is imagine a big red stop sign. T, take a breath. One slow conscious breath sends that signal to your body that you're safe. O is observe. Notice what's actually happened, where your thoughts are racing, what's happening in your body, and then you just become aware without judgment. P, proceed. Choose your next step with intention instead of being dragged along by the panic. Now, a positive word and affirmation are one of your power statements, which we will be covering in other videos within this YouTube channel. That's it, those 4 steps. But here's the thing, when practiced regularly, this technique literally rewires your brain. You start training your nervous system to move from that chaos back to calm faster and faster every time you practice this. So let's practice it right now. I want you to just take a moment and imagine when your mind is spinning out of control. Okay, how you got it? Okay, so maybe it's late at night and you can't switch off. Or maybe it's when you open up your inbox and see 57 unread emails. Really feel it, really feed it in your mind, feel it in your body. Okay, so straight away, stop. Just imagine or say to yourself out loud or in your mind's eye. And again, as I said earlier, the way I do it is I picture a big red stop sign that just stops everything in its tracks. And this is the mental pattern interrupt that I was talking about earlier. Step 2, you just take a deep breath. Breathe in slowly through your nose. You can do it for the count of 4, hold for 2, and then exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. And then you'll feel your shoulders drop and you'll notice your chest softening. Step 3 is all about observing. And ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? Where did that come from? Where do I feel it in my body? Is this thought a fact or just a fear? Don't judge it. Don't try to change it. Just observe it like a scientist. Then step 4, proceed. Now choose your next move with intention. And that's important. It might be something as simple as saying, I am safe right now. It might be choosing to write down the worry on paper so that your mind can let it go. Or it might be shifting your focus back to a task in front of you and getting yourself back to this present moment. And that's the STOP technique. Simple, but really, really powerful. And I normally teach this in my second client session. So notice how you feel right now, even after just one round. A little more grounded. That's your nervous system resetting. So here's why it works. When you say stop, you're engaging the prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of your brain, instead of letting the amygdala run the show. When you breathe deeply, you stimulate your vagus nerve, which tells your body you're safe to relax. And when you observe, you move from being inside the storm of your thoughts to being the observer of the storm. And that shift in perspective breaks the emotional charge. And when you proceed with intention, you retrain your subconscious mind that it doesn't need to stay in that panic. It can move back to clarity and calmness. And here's the deeper layer. Each time you do this, you're not just calming yourself in the moment, you're literally rewiring your subconscious patterns. Your brain starts to build a new association. Stressful thought, calm reset, empowered choice. And that's how you move from survival mode to that peak living. Let me give you 2 quick examples of where this can help. Take Sarah, a 38-year-old working mum. She lies awake at night with thoughts racing. Did I do enough for the kids today? I've got this big deadline to meet tomorrow. What if I let someone down? Now, instead of spiralling out of control until 2 a.m, she uses a stop. She says stop out loud, breathes deeply, observes her body's tension, and then chooses to focus on one calming phrase: I am safe in this moment. And within minutes, she feels her nervous system shift. Now take James, a 45-year-old business owner. Every time he sits down to write a proposal, his mind floods with doubts. What if I mess this up? And the biggest one from an entrepreneur: what if they say no? So using the stop, he interrupts that spiral. He takes one slow deep breath, observes the tightness in his chest, and then chooses to proceed by writing the first sentence. Not the whole proposal, but the first step, and suddenly procrastination turns into progress. That's the power of this tool. It's simple, it's portable, and it works in real life. So here's your challenge for the next 7 days. Every time you catch your mind racing, whether it's at night, at work, or in a conversation, use the stop technique. Don't just watch this video, practice it. And that's how transformation happens. Now, if you found this video helpful, you'll love the rest of the series. Each week I'll be teaching you another practical tool to rewire your nervous system and break free from survival mode. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and don't miss next week's session. And if you'd like to go deeper into hypnosis, rapid transformational therapy, and the full John McKean method, drop a link below and you can learn more about working with me directly. Remember, you're not broken, you're simply running old survival patterns. And now if you've got a way to stop it, breathe, observe, and proceed back to calm and control, that's where the from surviving to peak living happens.